defensive front of Cameron McKinney, Carmelo McKenzie, and Preston Carey. It goes 274 for Carey, 297 McKinney, and 299 McKenzie.
Unbelievable. Lock reloaded this IMG defense. One of the best in the country, and it all starts up front for them.
And they're so quick. Here's the pass by Shanklin. He's going deep and incomplete, just off the outstretched arm of his receiver, Rupert. That was a good throw, but Rupert couldn't haul it in.
Great throw right there, in rhythm, one hitch through that ball, identified the man coverage, thought Rupert had a chance in one-on-one situation. Love giving the receiver a chance on throws down the field. Great throw there by Shanklin. Rupert's got to find a way to make a big play. I think that's the key to this game. IMG's defense is so stout. When those big plays present themselves for this East St. Louis team, they have to hit on them. There's one example. They're 0 for 1 so far. Got to hit on those big plays, those big opportunities when they present themselves.
3rd and 8 at the 50. Shanklin, the quarterback. They got Johnson in the backfield. Shanklin being rushed. He's going to throw it out. It goes to the right side and to the sideline. It gets across the 50, but not going to get the first down, as that is Armad Sharp. 14 receptions, 354 yards, 3 TDs, along of 31. Just getting long enough there, there's going to be a punting situation, you would think, for IMG Academy to receive and for Reese Shanklin to go back to punt. But remember, Reese Shanklin's also your punter.
That always helps the special teams coordinator when designing some trick plays on the punt. But right there, you got 3rd down, 3rd and 8, tough situation. They just played the sticks on defense, played zone coverage, just made sure they rallied to the football, did a good job. On the first 3rd down, they ran man covers, 3rd and 5. That's where you want to be as an offense. If you want to convert 3rd downs at a high level, you got to be in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 5 at the max. Expect man coverage. They got it. Made a good read there. Now in 3rd and 8. Really tough to convert at a high level in 3rd and long situations, especially against a team that has Division I players all over the field.
You said 40 of them, which is absolutely amazing on a roster of 43, and I'm sure the 3 that aren't will be at some time.
Yeah,
these are probably underclassmen who aren't playing. Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. I think the most I've done before was like 28. But 40 out of 43, and that's 28 out of like a 80 roster. You know, IMG, when you think about it, they don't have the biggest roster. They have enough depth because they're going to go 3 deep.
Yep.
The first game that I did, it was kind of amazing because IMG beat Winslow Township in their second game 35-14. They were playing 4 stars who were their 3 deep.
Wow.
Which means 4 stars on the bench.
Jeez almighty.
Here's the quarterback, Jaden Wade, who hands the ball off. This goes off left tackle. Lakai Thompson, 74 carries, 619 yards, 9 touchdowns, 100 plus a few times. He also has caught 3 receptions for 29 yards. Gain of 8 there, and that's going to be to about midfield. So just like that, they get a couple of big plays and move the sticks.
Lakai Thompson headed to Louisville next year. 3-star kid. He's a big physical back, 6'2", 236 pounds, but he can move on the perimeter. He's a one-cut back, but he always finishes his runs downhill.
And Thompson has caught that time. Good defense by the front line of East St. Louis, as that was led by Caleb Brown, number 54, who came in with 31 tackles, 25 unassisted, 11 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks. There's a loss of 1 right there. Lakai Thompson doesn't lose a lot of yards either, so. But this East St. Louis team, bulk-wise, can keep up with a lot of teams in the country. Here's going to be a pass by Wade downfield. got a man, but he overthrew him. Jaden Wade, that's the really scary part about him. 943 yards. A lot of those are, mid-range passes, screen passes, but he has an arm, as we just saw.
He does. He's got an arm. It helps when you don't have much pressure in your face. Right there, just perfect protection, 7-man protection, one-on-one outside. Just got to get some air. I know he's just a sophomore. Weird to have the number 2, number 14 in the country with a sophomore quarterback leading them to do a good job of protecting him usually.
That's a throw off of the hands of the intended receiver as they tried to get it over the middle to Alex Ward. I believe that was. That is number 14, Alex Ward. Wasn't listed as an offensive player, but he's an offensive player now. And that will bring up a punting situation for IMG on 4th and 11. So a good bit of defense by East St. Louis. And I was going to allude to the fact the very first time that you and I saw East St. Louis, it was against St. Francis Academy in Canton, Ohio. It was won in the last minute by one of the only passes that St. Francis Academy passed as they tricked the defense. And that team that East St. Louis had, you and I were talking, they look like college players because they were huge. They're not as big as they were then, but they're still very big compared to average.
I think you're being generous. I thought that they could have passed as the Dallas
Cowboys
offensive line.
I'll never forget the look on your face when they came out. You said, "Is this Florida State? Is this Florida coming out?"
I've never seen that in my life. They looked like everyone up front was over 350 pounds or 320 pounds, I'd say. All 6'5", 6'4".
They looked like college juniors instead of high school juniors. It was amazing.
No doubt.
And they won their state championship. We saw their only loss of the year.
Absolutely. Unbelievable.
And it was in the last minute by a point.
Unbelievable. That's the beauty. I would say the biggest comparison right now in the college game is the University of Miami. They're built up front. They look like a bunch of NFL guys up front from the offense and defensive line, and they're having success. So I think there's definitely something to say about building your team from the inside out.
So Reese Shanklin now will line up at the 20. 1st and 10. On the end around, this is the jet sweep, if you will. Amar Tillman goes around right in, and he's lucky if he gets a yard, and that is because the speedster, Sincere Gaylord, who came in 14 tackles, 8 unassisted, and 3 interceptions, raced all the way from one end of the field to the other to get him.
Yeah, Gaylord's a 3-star kid. He got offers from Georgia, Oregon. He leads the team with those 3 interceptions. They got 11 on the year. He's got 3 of them. He's really a ball hawk out there, but he does it all for this team. Really plays sideline to sideline. Like you said, he's got that speed, but he's got a knack for the football. Good ball skills when the ball's up in the air to make those interceptions.
There's Shanklin passing, right sideline, high pass. It's caught at the 30 and down to about the 33 as they got it to number 3 again, Cortez Rupert. In a 12. Play by Rupert there to haul it in. And by the way, you're saying he's a 3-star. I've already seen him this year, and if stars can change, I think his is going to, because to me, he is one of the stars of the team.
I agree.
On defense.
I definitely agree. Yes, he is.
He impressed me a lot the couple of times I've seen him.
Georgia and Oregon, 2 top teams in the country, won him.
Shanklin, he was hit as he threw. It's a wide pass and incomplete. As that time they were going to Go-Miller. And you remember Ronnie Go-Miller from last year. You and I were just ranting and raving about this guy. He can make things happen. He might have trouble beating the defense against IMG like he does against other teams, but he is outstanding. He's going to be fun to watch as the years progress.
Yeah, he's still got 2 more years of eligibility. But he's just one of those kids that you can get him out in space versus anybody in the open field. He's going to make it the first guy miss. I think they got to find ways to get him the ball short, maybe some easy completions for the quarterback to get him out, to the field so that he can make guys miss one-on-one, try to get those yards after catch. But he is a phenomenal player, like you said.
Yeah, Go Miller, you and I saw him as a freshman, and we were amazed that he was only a freshman. But timeout is called by IMG. And as we have a timeout here, Brandon, so when they call a timeout in this situation, what are they talking about?
I think they're, 1st and 10, they took a shot down the field, had a little protection issues. It seems like IMG's playing a little bit more zone than I anticipated. I thought there would be a man coverage, press coverage on the outside, make these guys try to beat you vertically down the field, giving up some easy completions to the boundary. I think they have to understand that and see how they can attack that. But I think from a schematic standpoint, they got to
turn that chat up. Turn that chat up. Get them likes up. Turn that chat up. Get them likes up, man. We appreciate y'all. Turn that chat up. Get them likes up. The chat is dead. Where them flyers at? Let's go. Turn the chat up.
communicate that, knowing this is a big possession for them. They want to cut this 2nd and 10 to a 3rd and 5. So there's got to all they want to accomplish here is try to get half. What is the best play that we can run to get half of this to make this a 3rd and manageable situation?
2nd down and 10 at the 33. There's a little flip over the middle, and that is a pick. Picked off by IMG Academy. This is going to go to the house. Interception for a touchdown. A.J. Marks, his 2nd interception, and he gets a pick 6.
That's not what they wanted to do coming out of that timeout. Again, zone coverage right there. Beauty of zone coverage. You got 11 players with their eyes on the quarterback. Right there, they just read it. Unfortunately, Shanklin just kind of stares receiver down. Get a break on that ball for a huge pick 6. This defense is special, talented, top to bottom.
And you saw A.J. Marks. He eyed it all the way, went to the ball. Once he got it, his speed took him to the house. Very impressive by A.J. Marks. He's another leader on this defense, but 2nd interception for him. And the point after is up and good by Ryan Jung. 7-0. East St. Louis trailing IMG Academy of Florida. 6:27 to go in the 1st quarter on Flow Football. IMG Academy Field, Scott Coletti.
Jung's kick in the end zone for a touchback. East St. Louis will have the first one to take.
Kickoff into the end zone. Very windy, by the way. IMG Academy. Beautiful field. I mean, they have all the facilities in the world. You're very familiar, Brandon Dowdy. It's like a college atmosphere. East-west winds from 25-mile-an-hour gust. Saw the flags earlier in the broadcast, but another time out here. So 1st and 10 for East St. Louis, trying to recover from that interception. And the thing is, when you give IMG points without them even being on offense, you're in trouble at the get-go.
Yeah, you just cannot give them any extra possessions. This is a high explosive offense. They run that tempo, so they can really wear on you as a defense, but just can't give them anything extra. You got to be very disciplined in your reads as a quarterback playing this defense. Trust the call, and try to not make a bad play worse. Sometimes what that means is throwing the football away. That might be the best option for you on that particular play. And he said, because sometimes the defense wins, and we have to kind of, as a quarterback managing an offense, you got to manage those situations and try to not make a bad play worse.
Trying to get to the outside, and this is Myson Johnson. So Myson Johnson Cook got to the outside, beat the defense on that occasion, gains a few yards. Now, as a former quarterback, Brandon, do you think that he saw something that wasn't there?
Yeah, I think he just misread it right there. Honestly, Scott, it looked like there was a man concept to his right and then a zone concept to his left. I think he just guessed wrong on that situation. Thinking it was man when it was actually zone. He threw the man coverage beating play on that play, that route that was supposed to be against zone. That can give you trouble there.
Pass to the outside, good juke move to give himself some space and get the extra yardage there, as that was Armand Sharp. And he'll get the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for East St. Louis, trailing 7-0. Gains 5 on that pass.
Efficient football right there. First down, second down, first down. That's how you want to script it coming out of especially off a turnover. When you can run the football efficiently, that sets up your quarterback for easy throws and easy conversions.
A good game there by Ahmad Coleman. Ahmad Coleman comes in 40 carries, 444 yards, 7 touchdowns, over 100 one time. He'll gain 4 on the play. Good compliment to Myson Johnson Cook, transferred in from DeSoto. We saw him play a year ago, Brandon. We were impressed. And lo and behold, he's at East St. Louis this year, and he's only a junior.
The whole East St. Louis thing really throws me off. They're actually in Illinois. I think St. Louis, Missouri. Nope, not so fast. Illinois.
Hey, you're thinking St. Louis, Missouri, but they're Illinois state champions. That was another run by Coleman. He was stood up this time. So the defense coming up big. That's the thing. We talk about the size of IMG Academy's defense. It's not so much the size, it's the speed that these big guys have. That's the amazing part.
Sideline to sideline. They really just know their responsibility. They don't do anything crazy up front either. Like, if you watch the tape, they show you they run, 4-3, cover 4, 4-3, cover 1, 4-3, cover 2. They don't do anything crazy. They just rely on how talented they are up front, knowing that everyone knows their position, knows what their responsibility is, and it allows them to play fast.
Shanklin's going to go high and deep downfield. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. LaRon Baker was the intended receiver. And that was just outstanding defense by Amari Jones, the man in your picture. 6'2", 162 senior, 7 tackles, 4 unassisted, 1 fumble recovery. But you see what he can do on the coverage.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage right there. Shanklin, I think, got a little bit greedy against the zone coverage. I mean, they played a match up front, so the outside was actually zone coverage. The inside was man coverage, kind of a 2025 concept there. A good little wrinkle, especially on third down right there. He identified it, thought it was man coverage on the inside, gave his receiver a chance. I think 3rd and 6, just got to find completions. I think they're taking too many shots down the field, extend these drives to try to shorten the football game.
So it looks like kicking into the wind hasn't been kind to East St. Louis. The first one went off the side of the foot. That one kind of wiggled its way downfield, but once again, pretty good field position for IMG Academy as Jaden Wade comes back on the field. Their offense has yet to score, but they're up 7-0 with 4:07 to go here in the first quarter.
They're up 7-0. Their offense hasn't scored. They haven't converted a third down, and like you said, they're winning the football game. That's just how talented this IMG football team is. They can just score in so many different ways and beat teams untraditionally.
Wade's going to go up and audibilize now. Thompson behind him. Are they trying to cross up East St. Louis here?
Yeah, they are. Zone coverage. They want to see the zone coverage right there. They got numbers to the field if they want to take it, and they also have numbers to run the football.
There goes Tompkins. Tompkins Wow, what a run by Tompkins. He is just so special. 17 on that one. They line up quick to the line now. First and 10 at the 47. And another run. Tompkins again gains a couple this time. Trips to the left, top of your picture. Play action. This is going to be a run by Wade. Wade navigating, gets inside the 40 and all the way to the 38 before finally being brought down.
Wade actually made a mistake there on the RPO. It was run pass option there. It had the ability, it's really like the 2025 version of the Army or the military schools triple option. He can give the ball to the running back, he can run it himself or throw it to the flat. And right there, they jumped the flat route, causing him to have to take that ball and tuck it and run.
More of a bunch set, and that's for the blocking, and they block for that guy, as that is Lakai Thompson. He will get to the 30-yard line. Tompkins again, he'll break to the right. He's got room. He'll get to about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. Another first down.
Not only are they running the tempo, but they're not allowing East St. Louis to substitute. They're not substituting themselves. They're just in a little bit better of conditioning. It looks like this East St. Louis team, if you look at the defensive line right now, every defensive lineman with their hand on their hips, in case they're tired, just keep running it right down their throats. That's the beauty of the tempo right now.
And in motion, delayed handoff, and Tompkins is hit by a couple of players as they finally got him. As that was number 97, Carnell McIntosh, being helped out, I should say, by Makai Walker, 6 foot 183 junior. Walker 42 tackles. McIntosh also having a good year.
McIntosh headed to Northern Illinois next year.
Second and 14. We have a penalty or timeout? Penalty procedure.
You know, I'm going to say it, Scott. It's coming. Inexcusable for receiver to have an offsides penalty. He should never have an offsides penalty. You don't want to know why. His eyes should be looking at the football. Should not be listening to the quarterback. He should be looking at the football. Cannot be offsides as a receiver on the outside.
Good knockdown there by Jabari Lofton, who came in with 45 tackles, 36 unassisted, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 sacks. He got quick to the ball right there.
Yeah, he busted that that bunch set pretty quickly. I think for the coaching staff for IMG, they got to put this in the memory bank. 2 times they've tried to throw those perimeter screens to the outside. 2 times this East St. Louis defense has jumped it. I think they got to have a counter for that. Maybe not on 3rd and 19. Maybe a 2nd down situation where 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. To put that in their memory bank, take a shot down the field with the young quarterback.
Wade's going to hand off. Here's Tompkins breaking to the outside, inside the 20, down to about the 17. Good gain of 5 there by Tompkins. Just watching his blockers, not doing anything special, just running the ball. And I say not doing anything special because he can turn on the afterburners.
Yeah, he can. He's got that afterburner speed. He can really, put pressure on a defense on the perimeter. But he's a physical guy. Headed to Louisville. I know Louisville very well. It's where I'm from. So, good to see him play for Coach Jeff Brom. They've had some success with these running backs in recent years.
34-yard field goal by Jung. It is up. It is good. And it comes with 48 seconds on the game clock. And IMG Academy gets their first.
What y'all think so far, man? Let us know in the chat, man. Coach Mike D, what you think so far?
Man, I think the offensive and defensive lines of the IMG Academy are winning the day. They winning the day right now. They are looking real strong and big in that middle, and Eastside is struggling with it. I think Eastside made a mistake by not trying to establish a run early, trying to throw on that team too early. You got to kind of run the ball and then throw the ball, then throw. But the defensive line, the offensive line, I mean, I watched a couple of plays, man. Them tackles and guards are just pinning those guys in, and they can't get off the blocks. So they need to run the ball, try to find a way to do that, do some misdirection on these guys because the defense is fast, and they are not going to allow them to get outside of them. So we got to get more creative.
Yeah, use them backs, man, and use them backs and get in between the tackles. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What do you throw for about 20,000 yards, Brandon, in your career?
No, not that
Sure
much.
seemed like it.
13,000.
I know. I was being facetious. I wanted your answer. you and I have gone around the block together for a while, so.
Do you know, Scott, I actually 2 weeks ago just got inducted into the Conference USA Hall of Fame.
You did not tell me that. I'm learning it on the air. Congratulations, my friend. I thought you were already there, actually.
No, they actually called me and said that they were really low on inductees this year. So they're like, by default, we're going to put you in there. So here I am. I'll take it, though.
Well, if they were looking for running quarterbacks, they might have been low. But you were not a running quarterback, and you're the first to admit that.
Absolutely not. No quick twitch in these bones.
1st and 10 at the 20. There's a throw over the middle, and that is up the ladder, and that is a catch. And that is Cortez Rupert. As that time he beat his man, gets the catch, and it's a big first down for East St. Louis.
Big play on the opening drive. Shanklin threw that same route, same concept to Rupert down the seam. He overthrew that first one. Rupert didn't really catch it for him. I think he had a chance at it. Opposite result on this one. Big play, took a huge chunk play, one-on-one throw, giving your receiver a chance. Great job by Shanklin doing that, making an accurate throw for a huge play when they needed it the most.
$55 yards on that play there. 45 yards. 45 yards, and that was an outstanding defensive play. Carmelo McKenzie, the man in your screen. 7 tackles for loss and a sack coming in. You could see why. Once again, 299 yards at 6'2", a senior with speed.
Headed to North Carolina State next year. Carmelo McKenzie, senior 3-star athlete. Like you said, 6'2", 290. One-on-one right there, just won his battle up front. Big play.
That's the end of the first quarter. IMG Academy, number 4 in the nation, leads East St. Louis, number 35, 10-0 here on Flow Sports.
What y'all thinking, chat? What y'all thinking? The chat say they want to see the sophomore quarterback, bro. The chat say they want to see the sophomore quarterback. I don't know. I do feel like, honestly, our quarterback position hasn't been the strongest on our team in the last few years, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we can still win this game. It's only 10-0, bro, and we moving the ball. This ain't nothing. It's 2 plays away. We 2 plays away. You know.
I agree. Yeah, that play he just ran, you know, he just gave his guy opportunity to catch, you know.
Yeah, our linebackers just got to get bigger, bro, on defense. And on offense, we just got to move the ball more consistently.
Day in Bradenton, Florida. IMG Academy, number 4 in the nation, leading East St. Louis. But East St. Louis on a big pass play driving.
That's a fact.
Ray Shanklin with the interception, 5 of 10 for 78 yards. Cortez Rupert, 3 catches, 70 yards, and that's a run to the right side. Not going to get a whole lot there. Amir Tillman on the run. In fact, he may not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just a wasted play right there. Tried to run the weak zone versus the blitz to the boundary. I just don't love that call. You know, the number 4 defender right there is just unblocked. You have nobody that can block him. You got 4 guys to the right, only 3 guys that can block. Just don't think you just ran that into a bad look, especially after the big play. You got momentum, got to find positive plays, and can't trash too many plays, especially against this IMG defense.
3rd and 12 at the 32. Timeout is called here. And Brandon Dowdy, what are you seeing in this game so far?
You know, kind of what I thought I was going to see. You know, I think this defense is so talented that I thought that this IMG defense was going to have their way with them. But I've been actually impressed with this East St. Louis football team. They really have competed. I know they're down by 10 points right now, but they're still very much in this game. They've actually been able to move the ball at will. They've run the ball well. I think that they could have hit on a couple more of these shot plays down the field. This could be a one-possession football game. 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11. This is a big play in this game. I would expect, you know, you can run the football, you can throw the football, but I really think they can run it here. See coverage. I think IMG is not going to try to bring too much pressure, maybe a drop 8, maybe a sneak a run here, try to get half of it, and then try to go for it on 4th down. So this is a big possession in this football game. You cannot give them 3 possession leads, especially early in the second quarter. Got to score points on the offensive side of the ball as much as possible to try to keep up with the offense of IMG.
Darren Suckett, the head coach of East St. Louis. Rex Rara, a lot of experience, first year as head coach at IMG. Good movement there on the sideline and avoiding tacklers, Amari Jones, and he gets the 1st down. He's letting everyone know it.
Bad call on 2nd down, perfect call on 3rd down right there. Zone coverage, like I said, drop 8 coverage. There's an extension of the run play. Outside guys block on the perimeter. Good job getting it to your running back on the little bubble screen to the outside. Love it into space. They actually went from 2-by-2 formation, motioned across. Nobody ran with the motion. That equals zone coverage if I'm a young quarterback. Now I know it's zone coverage. I know I got the perfect call out there. We got space. We got numbers. Great conversion right there by East St. Louis.
1st and 10 at the 23, and this is Myson Johnson Cook. And Myson Johnson finally brought down by Zyron Forstall, who's one of the top defenders on this IMG team. He only has 19 tackles on the year, 11 unassisted, 7 tackles for loss and 4 sacks, but he's an impact player.
You know, Scott, I'm just kind of a little bit shocked by how much zone coverage IMG is playing. You can just tell that just accumulates to the amount of respect they have for these receivers on the outside. Got to play zone coverage. They don't feel comfortable in man.
Ball was knocked down at the line. James Morrow just put his big arm out. 6'2", 253 senior knocked it down. There's a play action. Shanklin thought he had a man open out of the backfield, and it was knocked down emphatically by Morrow.
I think that actually helped East St. Louis right there. He thought he had a guy open, but that safety was coming with speed. I think he might have intercepted that football. So
yeah,
I think
we've already had a pick
East
6. So
that one.
No, you're right about that.
3rd and 5, I would expect man coverage. Maybe try to give the quarterback an indicator. Let me get a motion. Let me get a shift. Let me get something to try to see what the defense is trying to do to us.
There's going to be a keeper by Shanklin. He goes forward, and he will get towards the 10. Number 10, Armand Sharp, signaling 1st down. He gets to the 10-yard line. Gain of 8 by Reese Shanklin on his 1st run.
Another perfect call right there. One backer dog zone coverage again. I was wrong. Thinking, man, they went zone again. I'm just shocked by how much zone coverage this IMG defense is playing. I just can't believe, especially closer you get to the end zone. Usually the closer you get into the end zone, towards the end zone, in the red zone, you see a lot more man coverage just because of the space and the numbers. Doesn't make sense to play zone. Now, IMG saying we're going to still stick to our zone coverage even how close we're going to get to the end zone.
Tillman gets a carry. Ball came loose, and IMG, I think, recovers, and they do at the 5.
Come on, dog. Come on.
Here in the background, IMG.
That was that counter right, too. Hey, bros kept saying in the chat, go counter left. They hit that counter right. They hit it, and he fumbled, bro. Come on. You got to know where you at on the field, bro. You got to hold that ball. You already inside the 5, bro. You can't. You just got to go down. Come on.
They're just trying to battle for extra yardage. First down, you got 3 cracks at it. I love the effort, but you just got to protect the football. 4 points of contact on it at all times, especially against a team that is going to tackle the football in IMG Academy. Huge turnover for them, but just a huge play in this game. They had points on the board.
Jaden Wade, 1st and 10 at his own 5, as that erases what was a 1st and goal at the 10. Wade will hand off to Tompkins, who has room, and he gets across the 15 up to the 18-yard line, just like that. A gain of 13 and the first down to move the chains.
17-yard line, a pick of 12. 1st and 10 for the Ascenders.
1st and 10 for the Ascenders. East St. Louis Flyers, the opponent. Ascenders 7-0. East St. Louis 5-2. And the Ascenders each and every year will play their final game against St. Francis Academy of Maryland. And they're high in the rankings as well. And speaking of high in the rankings, look at Tompkins carrying 3 guys all the way to the 45.
Unbelievable. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just give it to number 2. Just watch him run. He's got all the momentum right now, but all the credit needs to go to this offensive line. They've done a really good job identifying, communicating up front. That's why these holes are so massive here. I think you got a little bit of a dejected defense right now. Kind of upset that their offense didn't score in that last drive. Upset that they have to be back on the field. So, tough one. Got to get a stop, though. Got to find a way to get a stop. Need a turnover here if you're East St. Louis. Just find something to spark your team.
Well, upset also because the running back Thompson just cracked a 45-yard run, and about 10 to 15 of those yards, he had 3 guys on his back he was carrying. Play action. Wade will go deep, left side. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Double coverage down the left sideline for Eric McFarland. One of the guys there, you see, Dakari Weaver, 2 interceptions on the year, so he's a good one. 6', 180 Singer. So they're mixing it up as Wade going deep. I guess when Tompkins isn't in the game to take a breather, let's go deep.
Why not?
And this is what happens when Tompkins is in the game, and he's going to break one, and he's going to go all the way to the house. It looks like one man to beat, and he is in. Touchdown, IMG. Wow.
Does not get any more simple than that. Just run left. There's offensive line. How about a 98-yard drive to make this a 33-possession football game? What a drive by IMG.
What a drive indeed. And Ryan Jung to kick the extra point here. And a comes with 8:18 to play. So one team almost scores. They turn the ball over. And for the second time today, turnovers have made East St. Louis pay, as IMG with the lead 17-0 here on Flow Sports.
Man, Coach, what you think, Coach? Man, that was a hard one, man. That was a rough one on us, Coach.
Well, like I said, we've been talking about the offensive line play. IMG's offensive line is having their way. And then that last touchdown just got ran, the safety comes up and just olays him. He doesn't even try to get in his way. He just falls to the ground, hands on both hands and knees on the ground and say, you know what? I don't want none of that big boy. That was what that was. And let that boy run past him and touchdown. The back didn't even have to do that. I guess he got shocked a little bit when he saw how dude just fell to the ground. Like, okay, I guess he don't want to tackle me. And just run past him. But the
Yeah.
offensive line is having their way, bro. They're not even touching him until he gets 10 yards down the field. So man, I don't know what you can do for that. I just don't. You know,
I've been saying it all year. Our linebackers have to get big, bro. At
yeah,
some point, if we gonna if we gonna win this state again, they gotta get big, bro. They gotta have a big game. I ain't worried about this game, but they gonna have to have a big game in the next 4 weeks. Let's go
yeah.
back to the game.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Just means you're, aging and the grays in your beard and your hair are starting to show a little bit more. So
That's true.
that's true. That's true.
You still look dang good, man.
Thank you, sir. You as well, buddy.
At this rate, the freshman the sophomore will get in, bro. We keep giving up points like this. It's still early in the second quarter. Let's buckle down and let's make it a game and let's keep it at least respectable so we can keep some ranking in the top 50.
Run of 13, one of 27, and a TD run of 45.
Got to find
Actually,
creative
two
ways.
runs of 45. Excuse me there.
I think he did that all on the ground with his legs, 98 by himself. Shanklin, or not Shanklin, it was it on that?
Tompkins.
Tompkins. It was Tompkins on that all by himself, 98 yards.
It was 95 to be exact. And here comes a run by Johnson Cook, and he'll make up for things as he gets a first down. .29 on the play.
Love the pin and pull right there to the weak side. Perfect call versus the three and the 9 technique. I mean, you can't dial it up any better than that. And you get it to Johnson's hand on the perimeter. He's going to make a good play. Great with his speed on the outside.
Shanklin goes to the left side to Sharp, and Sharp makes a move. He gets inside the 40, and Sharp will get to the 34-yard line.
Not getting greedy. Great job taking a completion. Jeff Brom used to tell me all the time, just find the completions. Find the completions. Those big plays will happen. The more patient you are in a game, soon enough, the defense is going to be sick of you taking 5, 6, 7, 8-yard throws. That's when those big plays present themselves. When you think about quarterbacks, playing the game as it lies, I think that's what that means. You got to, actually just play the game and be patient in football games. You can't force those big shots down the field. I think Shanklin's done that a little bit too much here in this first half. I think he's just got to play within himself, try to, nick away at this lead that they got. IMG does.
Johnson Cook on the run. Second down. Gets the ball again, gets the outside again, and he's going to get to about the 20.
Hit by Andre Alexander Jr. Ball at the 20-yard line. A pickup of 6 and a first and 10 for East St. Louis.
Gain of 6 on the play. First and 10 for East St. Louis.
critical here. This is where they turned the football over last time. Had a conversion, first down, they had a fumble. Got to lean on the running game, got to protect the football, but also in the zone coverage, it's okay to go inside out. The zone coverage, they can beat them with numbers to the field.
Amir Tillman
Tillman on the carry. We'll see where the
caught by 4 blue shirts, led by big number 95, Cameron McKinney, 6'1", 297 senior.
Rell, Roberts, and Alexander.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. And that's the thing. This team is so almost impossible to run down the middle against.
It is. You have to be creative in the running game. You got to be creative in the passing game. You got to find different ways to take shots down the field. But they've done a good job. They've really, I think they've gotten a really good plays on the outside, getting to the perimeter with success. They stick with that, try to create more explosive plays.
Jet sweep to Go Miller, and Go Miller
Go
tries
Miller
to
on the carry, brought
get
down
off
by
the
Roberts.
left side as he'll get to about the 16. Well, get one of the ball carriers that you want the ball in the hands of, and number 2 is definitely one of those.
Yes, he is. I just think it's interesting they've had 5 runs in a row to the left side. That's into the boundary. There's not much space over there. I think they need to find a way to maybe roll Shanklin out to the right, cut the field in half, maybe give him some high-low. I would expect man coverage, but they've been playing so much zone. Maybe you can outflank the defense. Just take an easy completion here to give you a chance on 4th down.
That's a good point. Run up the middle. This is Tillman. He'll get inside the 10. He gets to about the 6.
10-yard line. Zach Ford on the tackle. Ball to 6. It's 1st and goal.
Great job right there, right up the middle. Right, a little isolation play, inside zone to the right. Again, great job converting on 3rd down. Now, value the football. Respect man coverage, react if it is not.
That is going to be a delayed run, and that will go into the end zone for 6 by number 6, Myson Johnson Cook. Touchdown, East St. Louis. They get it this time.
Great job willing himself to the end zone right there. He's their number 1 player on this team. 4-star kid, offers from Ohio State, Illinois, just to name a few. He's the number 1 player in the state, number 2 at his position as an athlete in the entire country. And he really lean on him in this offense right now. I think you got to lean, especially in these big games. Your best player has to be the light, and he has been. Mason Johnson Cook has been that light for East St. Louis for a tough game on the offensive side of the ball.
The kick is up and good. 4:34 to play here in the first half. 2nd quarter action. 17-7, IMG over East St. Louis on Flow Sports.
Google Workspace with Gemini offers AI that's tailored to your work, so you can safely reference your documents and emails to create personalized content, generate ideas, and find insights across Gmail, Drive, and more. That's Google Workspace with
Coach
Gemini.
Mike D, what you thinking, man?
Oh man, well, I mean that was needed. They did a good job of, they've been doing a good job of mixing up they've been running more. But just like the commentator said, they run a lot of plays to the short side of the field. They need to try to use their speed and open it up a little bit. You got all that field to the outside. Sometimes, you got to go out there and use your speed and see what you can get. Use your quarterback too. I mean, your quarterback is fast. Use him sometime in the run game too. Because they're trying to key on the Cook kid, and sometimes you use him. All that misdirection counter plays, you got to use them sometimes. So but they needed that touchdown. They needed it.
I feel like they need to make more plays in the upcoming weeks for Ahmad Sharp, bro. That tight end is amazing, bro, and he is underrated and overlooked, bro. He
looks
can
good.
block, catch the ball, and run.
Yeah.
Bro, just watch him, dog. He dominant, bro. He need at least 5 to 7 targets a game, bro.
Yeah.
Here's a good return coming down the left sideline for IMG Academy as they will get good yardage up near midfield.
Hey, 3-2 code. That's 3 is the guy, G. He caught that game winning touchdown last year against us, and he was just a freshman, bro. I think. He too cold, bro. He gonna be one. He gonna be one of them ones when he get to college, bro. Just watch him.
He's an athlete, man. He's an athlete. I'm looking at him. He quick. I mean, man, he is something else, man. You tell he's definitely that dude.
But we did that ass up. It looked like we done put that sting on him. Look how he leaning. He favoring that shoulder, but he faking, bro. Watch. He finna try to go deep on us. Watch.
Yeah, of course. If they try to get him the ball, because they really haven't taught him.
He not hurt, bro. He faking, bro. I tell you, bro. They got college coaches over there, bro. They hired a coach from a university.
Response for this offense. Now they got to find a way to get their offensive football back here and get a stop.
Makai Tompkins will get the ball back, and he will run to midfield. So Makai Tompkins, an outstanding talent.
Hey, Coach Mike, they say he was brought down by half
26
the team.
tackles coming in, 6 foot, 200-pound junior. 2 interceptions on the year.
They got to.
4, and there he goes again.
And
he will bulldoze forward and gets inside the attacking 40 to the 39.
Bro, you need one of them Guardian caps messing with
First and
this
second
nigga.
down, he's been efficient. His tempo is really giving him some trouble here on the defensive side.
And he goes again. He tries to maneuver. He's finally brought down by 3 guys. Carnell McIntosh, the last guy to come in. So it's not just his running. He is durable, Brandon Dowdy. Durable with just lightning speed.
He can get to the perimeter really well. He does a good job of pressing the offensive line's heels and then dictating where his cut is. He's not, it doesn't seem like he's got his eyes closed just running forward, but he understands what the blocking scheme is and then where the weakness is on the defense based upon that blocking scheme. Really impressed with this young kid. He's going to have a bright future at the University of Louisville.
Penalty will bring him back 5 yards.
There it is again. Offsides by a perimeter receiver. No, it can never happen. You should be looking at the football, should not be listening to the quarterback. Quarterback cannot draw the receiver offsides. He needs to be looking at it. As soon as the ball is snapped, that's when he reacts. Echo that. Sorry, it's a pet peeve of mine.
Being a quarterback, I'm sure it is.
Yes, it is.
Here's a pass in the flat, and that's a catch, and that is a beauty, and that will be good yardage to the 25. As that was caught by Osani Gales. 10 receptions, 275 coming in.
4-star receiver. He's a speedster. He was a big play waiting to happen. He can break a 3-yard pass for an 80-yard touchdown at any time he touches the ball. It's a threat.
Ball is knocked down. Incomplete. By the way, that was the first completion by Wade. 1 of 6 now after that incompletion for 8 yards. Just goes to show he throws when he feels he needs to, but he really doesn't need to.
No, he doesn't need to, but, I think they got to find a way to get him in rhythm. See some completions right there. They tried to with a little all-hitch route. Everyone ran a hitch route, but unfortunately, hitches aren't great against man coverage, and they got man coverage just guessed wrong on the coaching staff right there.
1-step drop. He's going to fling it left side. That's in the flat, and that is a catch at the 21. Good catch there going up the ladder by IMG's player, as that was Emurian Jackson.
Another snap of man coverage. I'd expect it again. They've had success 2 plays in a row. Look for man coverage here, 3 snaps in a row. Running the spread. They're spreading him out now. This IMG offense can do anything they want to. They can play with 21 personnel. They can play with 12 personnel with the best of them. I was just so impressed with how much talent this team has.
Well, and the funny thing, I mean, this is a guy who's almost thrown for 1,000 yards, and you would think he never threw a pass.
It's true.
They're just going with the game plan and what's working today. And the running game is working extensively today. And then watch, Brandon, they can come out and throw 30 times in the second half. And I don't say that jokingly either.
That's true. They can really do whatever they want. A little miscommunication there, I think. Trying to change personnel. Offensive lineman went down with an injury. Referee saw it. Looked like he was maybe a little sick. Had to make that exchange, and then tried to communicate a play. Had the wrong personnel in there. Had to change personnel. Coach said, "I've seen enough." That's called this timeout. Doesn't seem like they may need them here at the end of this first half. I love, I think I'm like Peyton Manning. I think the timeouts belong to the offense. If you're a defense, you should never call timeout ever. I don't care. Those are the offense's gadget. They put them in their safety belts, not for the defense. So I don't mind burning a timeout.
Where we at, Coach? What's top? What's cracking?
Oh,
Chat
nothing,
is
man.
cracking. Hey, Chat, do us a favor, man. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, bro. We really need it. Gee, look, we only, if you want to donate, you can donate, but we don't even really need your donations. What we need is for you to hit that subscribe button, bro, so we can get our YouTube check. Real talk. Hit that subscribe button for us.
Offense, number 14. First catch of the year, by the way. And this is Tonkpins. Not his first run and not his first touchdown as he gets a second. Touchdown, IMG.
First touchdown, 45-yard touchdown to the left, outside zone. They say we can just rinse and repeat and run it to the right. So they ran the same play, outside zone to the right, executed a high level. I think a truck could have fit through that hole on the offensive line. Great job up front by this IMG offense.
Yeah, that time it was only 25 yards, Brandon.
Yeah, probably. The way this offensive line is playing, I think I could run through these holes at 34 years old in a 5.22 40.
Ryan Jung, the extra point. Minute 50 to go. It's IMG Academy 24, East St. Louis 7 here on Flow Sport.
Google Workspace with Gemini offers AI that generates high-quality images in a variety of styles, so you can spice up proposals, make logos, and enrich your content. Bring your imagination to life in slides, docs, and more. That's Google Workspace with Gemini.
Kickoff, not a lot of room, but trying to get to the outside and actually doing a good job getting almost to the 20 was Amir Tillman. That looked like it had bad with a capital B written all over it, Brandon, but he got to the outside and made something out of literally almost nothing.
Exactly. Something out of nothing right there. You see the athleticism. He kind of just had some miscommunication in the back end there. Right here, this is an opportunity for East St. Louis to try to capitalize on the extra possession. So they'll find a way to get the ball back and after the half, but they got to find a way to get points here. But it's kind of a tricky situation from a situational standpoint. You don't want to give up too much you don't want to give the IMG, especially the high-powered offense, too much time, but you want to still stay aggressive. So usually you indicate their indicator is first and second down on if you're going to go or if you're going to kind of take the gas off the pedal.
Tillman to the outside. He'll get across the 30, and Tillman, we'll see where they mark him out as you. Actually, that wasn't Tillman. That was Myson Johnson. I thought I saw 5. It was number 6. So he gets all the way to the 37.
And IMG kind of got away with a little extra curriculars there. I thought that was a late hit on the sideline, but instead they don't call it. But all indication says let's go. They had a good explosive run on first down. Shanklin got to trust the junior to make good decisions, end this drive with us having possession.
Gets through and gets across the 40 to the 42. 43 actually, following the hash marks. Clock at 1:20, it's stopped. See where the markers are here. Second down. Pass to the outside, gets to the 48. As that is a catch by Gomiller. That's a gain of 6. Another pass. That is incomplete. Tried to go to LaRon Baker, but that was incomplete.
And I thought Shanklin had the outside hitch. He was a little bit late to it, so I think he saw a little bit of a ghost. Young quarterbacks, when you have 2 hitches called to the same side, especially to the boundary, you got to work outside in. I think Shanklin worked inside out there. By the time he saw the outside defender, it was not there anymore because the timing was messed up. I think that's the beauty of going outside in, especially to the boundary. But a huge fourth down here coming up.
4th and 1. And they got it to the outside. They got it to the right guy. That is LaRon Baker. And he'll get the midfield. And just got enough for the first down. IMG player shaken up. So LaRon Baker with a catch. Unofficial stats, Reese Shanklin, 9 of 16, 112 yards. Interception. Myson Johnson, 13 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Cortez Rupert, 3 catches, 70 yards. Haven't called his name in a while. For IMG, very unofficial, because I might be undercutting him, but Lakai Thompson, what I have, Brandon, 16 carries, 208 yards, 2 TDs.
Wow.
Averaging 13 a carry today.
I don't think he's been touched until 13 yards down the field. This offensive line is just completely dominated up front. Impressive half for this offensive line.
And a guy who threw for 943 yards coming in, Jaden Wade, 2 of 7 for 13 yards. Just give the ball to number 2.
You're not kidding.
Shanklin has time. He flares it down the middle, has a man, a diving try, and a diving catch. Touchdown beautifully, Cortez Rupert. Touchdown pass.
Wow. Zone coverage right there. Covered 2 Tampa. Now you got your fastest, best receiver in the slot, all the way in the middle. He is one-on-one with a Mike linebacker. Great identification by Shanklin. Love the air he threw that ball with. I love throwing the ball down the middle of the field with a lot of air. Allows your receiver to adjust to it. Love that throw. Love that call. Way to be aggressive. Good job by East St. Louis executing on that drive. This thing just got interesting.
Extra point about to be kicked. Kingston Jones on the point after, number 25. And we're back to a 10-point game. Remember, 14 points were off of turnovers for IMG.
Coach Mike D, talk to us.
Man, what a hell of a catch, man. That's big time. That was big time.
That's the
Hell
catch
of a
he was
throw.
supposed to make in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's big time. They needed that touchdown big time. And he gave his receiver an opportunity, and the receiver burned whoever that was out there. He was 5 yards in front of him, so you can't miss that throw. You cannot miss that throw. Hell of a throw by the quarterback, and that was not an easy catch. I didn't play receiver, but I'm gonna tell you this: that wasn't an easy catch.
Yeah, that was a hell of a catch, hell of a throw, man. Let's go, Flyers. We down 10. This shit is not over, Flyer Nation. It is not over, dog. We got to come out after halftime and get a stop. If we get a stop, first possession of third quarter, it's not over.
But East St. Louis looking at this first half like what could have been, as they had a pick six for a touchdown, a fumble at the 5, 95-yard drive. Brad Gross, our producer, Alex Bloyer, camera crew here today. Here comes the run back as IMG will have Eric McFarland. He brings it down the right sideline. He had a good one before. And was he inbounds? It looked like he went out and came back in. We'll see where they officially marked the ball. Kasani Giles finally on the stop. There is a flag, though, so that will bring it back, it looks like, Brandon. But it's one of those halves where East St. Louis, you look at the score and you're thinking, IMG's rolling. But it's been their defense, and it's been number 2 on the offense.
It really has. Their defense has stepped up to the plate, creating some turnovers. I think if it wasn't for those turnovers, this could be a tie football game, could be easily a one-possession football game. I think going into this game, I figured East St. Louis could not give IMG any extra possessions. They've done that in the first half. I think that's why they're in a 10-point deficit right now. They can shore that up. They've been playing pretty good defense. Got to find a way to get Shanklin got to get Tompkins on the ground on first and second down. If they can get anything out of this passing game,
First and second,
they can open this thing up. First, second, third, fourth, whatever time. We'll take anything at this point.
They'll take it when they're on offense. They haven't gotten this guy touched at all, like you mentioned before, Brandon, until about 15 yards downfield.
Absolutely. Got to figure it out.
He is taken by Wade, and that will end the first half. A lot of respect for both teams. You see a lot of hand slapping for both teams. I like to see that.
Me too.
Both
Good
respect
sportsmanship.
each other's programs, obviously.
Two well-coached football teams.
So it is halftime. Number 4 IMG leading East St. Louis 24-14 here on Flow Sports.
All right, y'all. Look, check it out. We gonna be back after halftime, man. So why don't you take a break? You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we right here. We talking the game. Coach Mike D, what you think about that first half? Man, honestly, I feel like we still in it. I feel like we need to stop. First, we need to stop that first possession of the third quarter. We need to stop. Yeah. If we get a stop, we right back in it. Like they say, without the turnovers, hey, bro, this is a 14-14 game, bro, without the turnovers.
Yeah.
Without the turnovers, we might be up 14-10, honestly.
That's right.
However, we got big turnovers, and we got to stop the run. Running back, he ripping us, bro. I remember that first time we played IMG, they had that running back number 28. he in college doing this thing now. I can't remember his name, but this guy, he ripping us like that. He ripping us just like that. Like they ripped us, I think I want to say 2-3 years ago, the year that they had Luther Burden. But however, last year was a different story when we played them at home. But I will say we are getting a good, fair game. And I want to make a point, Fly Nation. Check this out, right? How many penalties we got this week? We ain't got none.
That's a good point.
So next week when playoffs start and we get 10 penalties for 100-some yards, y'all know what time it is, bro. Y'all know what time it is, bro. Have you noticed in Vegas, we didn't have a lot of penalties. In Jersey, we got screwed on penalties. They did they 1-2 in Jersey. They did the Illinois thing. They did what Jersey would do, and they did the same thing that the Illinois officials would do. But in Florida, we not getting penalized. In Vegas, we didn't get penalized a lot. So that tells you one thing. When we get to playoffs and we stacking up penalties on penalties on penalties, let's not blame the coaches. Because I'm pointing out the hypocrisy in all of this. When we out of town in these other states, we don't be a heavily penalized team. Whether we win or lose, we don't get a lot of penalties. But soon as we hit playoffs, we got 10 penalties a game. So now maybe it's time to start looking at it a different way. What you think about the first half, Coach Mike D?
Well, I think that I think they're gonna have to do something different on defense. But seeing the chat, a lot of guys, we appreciate what y'all do, man. There's a lot of football here in the chat about what defense they need to play, but they're gonna have to plug their run game. They may have to go man to man on the outside and bring maybe 8 or 9 in the box and stop it. But one thing I'm noticing just watching the linebackers, they got to stop running around people. You got to run through people. Stop running around blocks. You opening the door. They letting this guy just run 13 yards down the field before he get touched. They got to run through people and tackle him, hit him. They can't just keep letting him run. They got to do something different. They're gonna have to get excited. They may have to sell out, and say, you know what, we got to slow him down and make this quarterback throw the ball. I don't know how good of a quarterback he is, but they got to slow it down because right now he having his way. And if we don't stop that, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be a long rest of the day. I know people talking about the quarterback putting the backup guy in, but man, let me tell you something. The quarterback don't tackle. The quarterback don't tackle. He don't get off blocks. So yeah, unfortunately, that ain't gonna help.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a good idea to put a young quarterback in on the road in a game like this. You get what I'm saying? Like he should have been playing last week. I think he did get some clock last week, but I don't think it's a good idea to put him on. He ain't ready for a team like this. I don't care how much talent he got. He ain't got enough game hours. He ain't got enough clock to be ready for a game like this. Now next year, it might be his time to shine, but right now he ain't ready. So unless we down 21 in the second half, he needs to stay right where he at.
Yeah, I agree. I want to give a shout out to my buddy. I see a lot of kids in the chat. Y'all was talking about Mr. Mumford, George Mumford. That's my old teammate, my running buddy. Y'all principal, y'all school. But I know him as Bert. I call him Bert. Old George Mumford. I see you, George, in there. That's my guy, man. Love me to death. Appreciate him coming in.
Hey, we got the mayor of the chat in the chat. What up? That's my guy, South End. What up? Yeah, George Mumford. What up? That's my boy.
That's right.
Hey, y'all
That's
know
right.
we former Flyers now. We used to get down in that orange and blue too now, youngsters.
Oh yeah, we former players, man. We wore that uniform. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you another one. I don't know about what Chuck didn't, but I wore the uniform at Lincoln and Eastside. I was part of that merger class. Me and Mr. Mumford, since y'all call him Mr. Mumford, we both wore those uniforms. So he was an all-state wide receiver. If you didn't know that, he was one of the baddest athletes to ever put it on. So I'm gonna put him out there. So if y'all didn't know, he's one of the baddest athletes to come through East St. Louis. So shout out to my boy, Mr. Mumford.
All right, Coach Mike D. Let's take a look at some of the scores from around the state of Illinois from last night. We
Oh
still
yeah.
at halftime, so let's take a look at some of these scores. Let me see. All right, what we got? Lincoln Way East goes down. Hey, that quarterback that people be saying they allegedly, I heard rumors. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about East St. Louis and the R word as in recruiting and things like that, because this guy was at Bolingbrook last year, but he ain't played last week. He was out last week and this week. So Lincoln Way East goes down. I think they just holding him out for the playoffs so he could be healthy so they can make a run for state. Mount Carmel went down early against Loyola Academy, but however, they pulled it off in the end to win 35-24. They going to keep continuing they fight and they battle to say they are the best team in the state, but we already know, Flyer Nation, that's cap, because the Flyers is the best team in the state of Illinois, and hey, we the best team in the state of Missouri too. We might be
No,
the
that's
best
right.
team. Yeah. So we got Maine South. They went crazy on Deerfield 56-14. St. Francis, not the St. Francis that East St. Louis be playing, but Illinois St. Francis, they goes down to Nazareth Academy. Nazareth Academy, they ready for a state run, bro. I got Nazareth for state, bro. Long as they ain't in the Flyers division. I promise you that. Martinis, 23-0. St. Lawrence. Barrington, 38-19. Carmel, not Mount Carmel, wins 38-24. Schaumburg goes down to Frem, 41-7. I ain't never heard of Frem. All right, we got St. Rita win 38-21. My boys, Joliet Catholic, they beat Providence. I don't like Providence Catholic. JJC all the way. JJC wins 30-27. Yeah, Batavia. Y'all know Batavia. There's some of our sworn enemies over in East St. Louis. They win 45-12. York falls to Lions. Downers Grove rolls past Proviso East. St. Charles North wins over Lake Park. Glenwood beats Springfield 38-21. Lincoln Way. Hey, bro, they ain't even posted, but hey, let me tell y'all, Kankakee lost last night.
Oh wow. They did?
Kankakee lost last night, y'all. I was not expecting Kankakee to lose last night, bro.
Wow.
They lost.
Wow.
I don't want to do nothing. They in trouble. They better stay away from them East St. Louis Flyers in the playoffs. They can't even broke through the regular season, bro. Kankakee, man, gone somewhere, man. Y'all gotta go to another division if you ever plan on winning state. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Can't believe they lost though, bro. They put up a lot of points, bro. They put up a lot of points. They like Peoria. My dog over there, Debo, man, my former teammate in JUCO, national champs. He the head coach over there at Peoria, bro. Kankakee and Peoria, they might put up more points than any other two schools in the state, bro. They games be like basketball games, 78-35.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, 78, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's man. I want to deal with that.
Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to them students of East St. Louis Senior High School, bro.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
So let's read some of the comments. Alpha Elite say he was defensive player of the year at Eastside. We always fall short when dominating the trenches. We can't stop the run.
Looking like it today.
Yeah.
Looking like it today.
We having
I agree with what I saw Roy. And Roy said they need to load the box. I said it earlier, Roy, they need to load the box. You gotta take a chance. They got to see what they can do. They gotta cut off that running game.
Bro, you can't load I'm gonna be honest, you can't load the box as long as number 3 is split out wide.
I know.
Kid run a 4.340. You can't load the box, bro. You load the box, that's 7. The linebackers need to get big. Same thing I said in the other 2 national games that we played. The linebackers this year have to get big, bro.
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion. If we weak anywhere this year on defense, the linebacker play has not been what it usually is. It's not what it has as to the level as it has been in the last 5 years. The last
Yeah.
5 years, we've had excellent linebacker play, bro.
Oh
This
yeah.
year, it has not been to that level. Not saying they
Yeah.
not good because they are some hell of a players, but it has not been
Yeah.
to the level as it has in the past, in which you can't expect everything to always be the same anyway.
Yeah. Well, linebackers got to hit. You got to take on the blocks coming out at you and stand them up. I'm with you on that because I'm looking at them running around people. They're allowing the linemen to it's like they laying them. They running and opening up the door. You got to take on that block and make the running back have not a lot of space to maneuver. And they're allowing him to. They're just running to an open space, and there you go. The hole is 10 yards wide, and you're not getting touched to 13 yards down the field. They're gonna have to put their big boy pads on and hit somebody. This is what it's gonna boil down to. They're
Yeah,
not gonna stop running it.
JP's in the comments say the linebackers are small this year. They are really small this year. We
Hey, that
need
don't
Jeff
mean
Thomas.
hey,
No, we
hey,
don't.
hey,
We've
hold
been
on though,
very
Chuck.
this Jeff
Hold on,
Thomas.
Chuck. Don't nobody credit they small. You still gotta hit people.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going. This is East St. Louis football. Y'all know the deal. Shout out to Derrick Jones. He was a linebacker with number 27. I see Derrick Jones in there. You it
Yes,
don't.
sir.
They're not gonna make take it easy on you because you little. You out there playing the start and you got to hit. I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that.
Bro, did you hear what they said in the announcers? They said that Johnson Cook is a 4-star athlete, but we started the season as a 5-star athlete, bro. I
I
would take
heard
that
that.
as disrespectful, bro.
Hmm. I heard
Somebody
that.
need to put that bug in his ear. And he
Hmm.
need and he needs to just rip every team for the rest of the year, bro. Don't
Yeah.
ever disrespect me like that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had said it. I had said it though in the two big games. Like, bro, they might hit him for one of his stars because of his performance in these two games. I said it. Oh man, I got my boy C Nasty just stepped into the Chizad. What up? Yeah. So look like we still on halftime, man. He got about 5 minutes left, man, for halftime. So we definitely gonna take y'all back there. We're gonna take a break for about 2 minutes and then we will be back. All right. Flies football. You are watching Nosebleed Nation football.
Sorry for you because you small. You're gonna have to put your big boy pads on and hit somebody. God damn, Indiana need to shut it. Jesus Christ. All right, mercy. Put your big boy pads on. Baby boy. Hey, my pinky.
All right, y'all. The teams have just took the field, so we gonna go back to the game, see what the announcers talking about right quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Please stay hydrated. There's plenty to drink.
Yeah, Coach Mike D, they playing that music, bro. So, hey, y'all, as soon as they stop playing that music, I'll take y'all back to the game, or as soon as they line up for the kickoff. But I can't have that music, bro.
You see Indiana, boy? And you see what Indiana doing to UCLA?
Yeah. Indiana, legit. Dude
Ooh,
in the
they said,
chat say I'm hungry. Hey, who y'all got? Vanderbilt or Missouri today? Who y'all got? I love Missouri. I promise you I do. I love Missouri. Got them KC threes. Last year they was them LB threes. Now they KC threes. Kevin Coleman's. I'm eating them Kevin Cole right now, but I'm going Diego, man. Diego Pavia, that guy, bro. I'm going Vandy again. Every week this season, I'm going Vandy. G, win or lose. Diego Pavia is that guy, bro.
I like him. I like him, man. All with me. He looked good last week. And no argument for me.
Yeah, that's a fact. Man, look like they gonna kick off right here in less than a minute. The kid teams are lining up, so I'll take y'all back to the game, but it's gonna be silent until they cut that music off.
Oh yeah, we gotta keep it silent. Gotta keep it silent.
They messing up our paper, cuz.
All this little algorithm stuff, these copyright things.
We already got people attacking us.
Mm.
Let's go.
We are here, IMG Academy. Bradenton, Florida, IMG Stadium. IMG Academy Stadium to be exact. IMG leading the game by a score of 24-14. East St. Louis will kick off. IMG will get the ball first this time. And here comes the run back, and they've been doing well on the run backs, and that's continuing the trend here down the left sideline. This is going to be trouble, and this is going to be all the way to the house. Touchdown.
Wow.
30-14, just like that.
Wow.
I was just about to say they've done everything on special teams, but take one back for a touchdown. Not so fast. Here they are running with one back to start the second half.
They beat you.
Wow.
What a job.
They beat you to the
Somebody in the
punch,
chat just called it too. They said somebody said run back. So they
What a
jinxed
special
it.
play. Special player. Marks his second touchdown of the game. He's got one on the defensive side of the ball, and he's also got one on special teams. Dynamic player. He can kind of do it all for this IMG Academy squad. Did a really good job on defense, designing his coverage, disguising his coverage.
I'm speechless, bro. That was like a Mortal Kombat, like, get over here. And then he just started punching the shit out of us, bro.
And Roy Wright, that kid was holding. He did hold right in front of the referee. He didn't even call it.
They ain't called the holding our game, bro, but we ain't do that. I mean, you know, that's what we do when we start getting our ass kicked. We start looking for excuses, but we ain't
Well, that's true too.
holding on nobody today. I didn't see a bunch of hoes. They've been holding all day, but they ain't calling it. So we gotta play ball. We gotta smack somebody in the mouth, G.
Well, there you go.
Smack some shit.
Smack 'em.
Yeah. Can't hold me if I smack you in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely a hold, bro. Most definitely.
That's why you gotta hit people. Gotta hit people and keep that from happening.
And we are back here. Glad to have you along here on Flow Sports. Scott Galletti along with Brandon Dowdy.
Kick is a touchback. East St. Louis.
Kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, and they've been doing that a lot here today. Special.
Why they playing music? Let's talk about it. Why this got hurt? Let's talk about it. Ben Dover say Eastside can only play against Illinois teams. Hey, bro. We ran through Missouri, bro. We did beat St. Francis last year, bro. I mean, our record against national teams, top 5 teams, granted, it's not that good, but we smacking everything else in the top 50. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
With will against this defense. So see if they can make this a complete full circle game.
So you have a pick 6 here today. You have a turnover that turned into points, and this is going to be a big run, as that is a good run. Go Miller gets to the 46. Gain of 26 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed. That sounded kind of tough as a coach coming in out of the half. You game plan, you think you love the game plan on the offensive and defensive side. This IMG team just takes back a kick, start the half, and really puts a wrinkle in.
And 10 years ago, we ran through the whole state of Ohio. Did y'all forget? Y'all forgot?
In a 3-possession game, see how it changes what they want to do on the offensive side of the ball.
Shanklin throws it to the right hash mark. Ahmad Sharp with the catch.
RPO right there. Shanklin does a good job making a decisive decision. See the zone coverage, stick route replaces the zone defender. Good job by the receiver finding the soft spot in it. Good accurate throw to stay ahead of the chains on first down.
Going to the right side, spinning and maybe getting a couple of yards is Mason Johnson. So Johnson with the run. And again, Brandon Dowdy, they keep going to the short side.
Yeah, interesting. I think that's a game plan thing. I'm not sure why. They've had success to the wide side of the field, but for some reason I think they're really persistent on going to the short side, no matter where that is, left side, right side. I thought maybe it was a little bit, they felt better about their run blockers to the left side. Now the field is flipped. They're moving the opposite way. Now they're going back to the right side. So I don't know, maybe it's just a game plan wrinkle that they liked on film.
Good pass outside the numbers on the sideline. Hauling in the catch and muscling, trying to keep control of the ball. And you still see them going after it. And keeping that ball was Cortez Rupert, who's having a big game.
Yeah, Rupert's been really another big player. He's one of the top players on this team, top players in the country. But he has shown in this play. I think that's a great decision right there by Reese Shanklin. He did a really good job of going outside in versus the zone coverage. They love those double hitches, especially to the boundary. If you're going to play offense soft on the outside, we're going to take completions all day long. Reese Shanklin does a good job working outside. That's the timing he needs to be an anticipatory thrower of the football to get yards after the catch.
Draw play. That might lose a yard there. March Sharp. They're mixing things up a little bit more here in the second half.
Yeah, they are. Little backside cutter on inside zone right there. Sharp just kind of whiffed on the outside guy right there. Not allowing him to make the play one-on-one. You got to make those one-on-one blocks if you want to be successful in the run game.
Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Shanklin hands the ball off. This is another run by Ahmad Coleman.
Pass on the carry brought down by McKenzie and Ford. The 37-yard line.
So Coleman's at the 37 now. Gains 2, 3rd and 10. was going to say before IMG ran back the kickoff for a touchdown, if it was a 10-point game, and they're still doing it, East St. Louis, which they can pass, but they're primarily ground and pound. They can keep the running game going, but now they're down an extra score. That will go to the outside. Beautifully done on the defense, though, as that was a play by Amari Irvin. Came in with 3 tackles for loss on the year, 20 tackles.
Coverage 0 right there. The defender just was unblocked right there. Especially when you're throwing those balls to the perimeter, especially those bubble screen throws to the perimeter. You got to make sure you identify man versus zone. It's more important for the perimeter receivers than it is the quarterback. But you got to identify it as a quarterback, maybe help your receiver out saying, hey, pizza, pizza, pizza. I'm going to block your defender, try to outflank the defense. You're betting on the fact that if you block the inside receiver outside, that in man coverage, he's going to follow you. You're going to really essentially block 2 guys with 1 player, trying to get your running back out in the flat. They did not identify that. You get a clean shot at the running back there. That's a tough one. They didn't mind the call like the screen pass, but really tough one for to try to convert on 3rd and extra long.
Oh, we're back here. Had a little issue going on for a second, but we're back. 1st and 10 for IMG. And that is a handoff to the outside, and that is a good run there. Good run for Lakai Tompkins. But we do, it looks like, have a flag, Brandon.
No way, a good run by Tompkins. Right there on the perimeter. Another gaping hole he's running by. He's been, well, that one was gaping because they got away with a hold. Most of the night, he has been incredible, not being touched within 10 yards before he gets the football. And credit to this offensive line who's just been outstanding in this game. A good look at him right there. All led up front by Pepe, 5-star, going to USC, big number 71. Colajay, 4-star, number 66. He's a senior. He's just 6'6", 325 pounds. Man, I wish I was playing for IMG Academy and these offensive linemen up front. I think we might have thrown for 5,000 yards in a season.
Good defense there. And even better defense. They turn the ball over.
Huge play right there from East St. Louis. Needed it. Needed a big play. 3-possession game. Couldn't afford to be a 4-possession game. Now they got to finish this drive with 6. They're almost at a point in this game where they got to score with every possession. I've been there in 2014. We threw for 50 touchdowns and threw for 5,000 yards. But, I remember going to the sideline and thinking, man, 45 points isn't going to be enough. 56 points is not going to be enough. Echoing that to the offense. I've been there. It's tough sledding when you're an offense and your defense is struggling. But a huge play by their defense. I think the key to that is if there is any turnovers, if there is any change of possessions, they have to find a way to get points off those turnovers to help your defense out, even just by giving them some confidence. But big play here in this game. Got to convert this into 6.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 16. Great field position for East St. Louis. They've been proving they can move the ball throughout the game. They just haven't gotten the big play in terms of nullifying the defense. The outstanding play on defense right there. Just another play by Jabari Lofton. Oh, check that. That's the wrong number 9. Another great play by Kasani Giles. Both outstanding players. So they figured out number 6 on that occasion, Brandon. Do you go there again?
You got to. I think you got to find a way to get
you
your
go
best
the end
players in
around to
football.
Go Miller, and Go Miller is circled around. Defense clutching up here for IMG Academy.
Got to get creative. I think you got to find a way to maybe roll Shanklin out right, throw back left, do something, maybe a little reverse screen, maybe something to kind of get somebody more open than they need to be. Seems like at this point, this is going to be a contested throw. Got to find Rupert, got to find somebody in space to try to get them to pick up the first down with their legs.
So 3rd and 9. 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. And we're going to have a timeout here. So East St. Louis at the 15-yard line wants to talk things over. And we will momentarily stay quiet here on Flow Sports.
With Google Workspace, you can craft on-brand professional-looking emails right in Gmail. Customizable templates let you effortlessly adjust color schemes, logos, and more. No coding necessary. That's email marketing made easy with Google Workspace.
All right, here we go. East St. Louis with the ball. IMG Academy leading 31-14 here in the third quarter. Everybody looks at the sideline. Did you do that when you played, Brandon? And now there's a flag. I guess all that motion was a motion penalty.
Yeah, I think this is more of like a newer thing. We did a little bit in college. Oh, wow, they got the offense that jumped on that one. I think that might have been a snap infraction on the second.
No, I knew that was on the offense.
Oh, man, it looked like the defense jumped. They jumped the first time, and then the offense jumped the second time. So, wow, that was interesting there. We didn't do the clap, though, Scott. I think this clap is the new thing. I saw a clip of Jackson Dart.
Okay, you just looked at the sideline.
Sometimes. We did it sometimes. We didn't do it very much, especially my senior year. I kind of knew the playbook. Me and Jeff were kind of on the same page with knowing how he wanted to call plays, and I knew how to get us there, so I didn't have to do it.
Shanklin's going to be sacked, and they were going to mark him at the 30. Great play there by Zyron Forstall. Came in with 4 sacks, add up another one.
Yeah, Four-star actually leads them in sacks on the year. They got 20 of them. He's got 4. Great player. He is their top player on this IMG team.
So it's 4th and 24. In this situation, Brandon, I don't think ordinarily they would go for it, although they like to gamble, but they're going for it here. Shanklin, he's going to run it, and he is going to be hit and hit hard, and that's going to be a flag hitting the quarterback. Man Robinson, oh man, what a hit. 4 tackles, 4 unassisted, 2 interceptions, and that might have been a roughing the passer right there, or at least a roughing penalty on the quarterback. What are your thoughts on that hit, Brandon?
I've been there and done that. What a hit right there. Looks like it's going to be, this is a huge call. If they call this is
it looked
going
like
to be
he
a
leaned
first
with
down.
the shoulder, though. Oh, they did wave it off. I thought he hit him with the shoulder. I didn't think it was going to be an extracurricular play.
Me
But
neither.
then they threw the flag, so that is a 4th down stop. So no penalty. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong. I think they got the play right.
I do too.
I think it was just in an open field. He just happens to be the quarterback.
Yeah, I think when he takes the ball down, he becomes just a runner. I don't think they categorize him
Yeah,
as
that's
a
what I'm
quarterback
saying. And that
anymore.
wasn't a head-to-head or, that was he went in with the shoulder.
Yep, I agree.
Just hit him with a big shoulder, that's all.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got all of them.
He hit him with a huge shoulder. So here we go with IMG Academy, the ball back. Watch out for number 2, Lakai Tompkins again.
Man coverage here across the board.
Man in motion. And off to number 2, finding the hole, gets to the outside. He's across the 30, all the way up to the 34. Just in navigation mode. He's so fun to watch, just navigate the field.
He is. I think there's going to be a hold on this play. I saw it on the perimeter. Yep.
He's all, what are you doing to me, guys? Another penalty negating a gain of about 15 or more.
Yeah, it was a
And
hold
unofficially,
right on
he's
the
already
edge.
at 210.
Yeah, he has been unbelievable in this game. He's really carried this offense single-handedly, kind of like he's done all year. Especially with a younger quarterback. The two best two players that the key to me here, sophomore quarterback and sophomore receiver, both of them, the quarterback and the receiver leads the team in receptions. But this game has been all about Lakai Thompson. He has been incredible on the ground.
He has. And this is an end around as it goes to the left side. And falling down was the runner. Lasani Gales looked like he was going to just bolt his way to the outside and looked like he slipped.
He did. He just slipped on the turf there. Tried to make a cut. And another penalty on IMG. Wow.
31-14 the score in favor of IMG. IMG number 4 according to Max Preps. Tompkins trying to wiggle free, and on 2nd and 19, he'll get a few there. What do you say about 4 or
Scott,
5 there?
5 there, I would say. But I will say, from a defense perspective, if your leading tackler is one of those 4 perimeter guys, a corner or a safety, that is not a standard for success on the defensive side of the ball.
No.
In this game, Tompkins has been one-on-one with safeties and corners all day long. Just a credit to this offensive line for getting a hat on a hat up front.
Here's Wade looking. He's going to throw it downfield. Had a man wide open,
Pass incomplete
and it's
downfield.
incomplete.
Intended for Osani Gales, brings up a 4th down.
Sonny Gale was the intended receiver. Couldn't get it.
Holy moly. That's the most open receiver I think I've ever seen in this sport. Holy cow, there's no within 60
And
yards
he
of him.
just missed the throw.
He did. That's why I said earlier in the game when Shanklin threw that long 55-yard touchdown, I loved his air down the middle of the field. That's a prime example of why I like to get air on the ball as a young quarterback. If I'm throwing the ball vertically down the field, just gives your receiver a chance to adjust with it. You don't. That if you throw it with as a line drive, it's just you have no room for error on that play, especially with a guy open as much as Gales was on that one. You just got to just put it on his head, find a way. I mean, even if you throw it left-handed to get it out there to him, man, that's an easy completion, easy touchdown, walk-in touchdown from 90 out.
We have 2:04 to go here in the third quarter. IMG Academy up 31-14. We'll see what East St. Louis can do here. And if you're East St. Louis, what do you have to do to the playbook right now?
I think you keep it simple. I think you got to find a way to get an explosive play. Shanklin can throw the football down the field. He's just got to find Rupert as much as he possibly can. He's got to be number one in the target, number one in the progression every single play. Find him, get him the ball in space, but also use your running back as a receiver as well. I think they can bubble screen him out there, get him into space again, try to create some explosive plays on the perimeter.
Run to the outside. It was fumbled at the end, but a good run from Ronnie Gomiller. They're utilizing him as a runner a lot more now.
Again, that's a perimeter
Get the
run
ball
to the
in the.
It's
Go
another
ahead,
perimeter
Brad.
run to the field. I think the adjustment they have to make. All these runs have been to the boundary, like we were talking about last drive. This one right here is to the field. I think they're having success running into space, getting their athletes into space, and then creating a one-on-one situation with making the defense, put the pressure on the defense to make one-on-one tackles.
That's Johnson. Johnson out to the 49. Alexander and Roberts on the stop for IMG.
So Myson Johnson on the run, and he will get the first down.
They're marking it at the 50. So this will be a 1st and 10 for East St. Louis.
So first down for East St. Louis. After a couple of runs by Gomiller and Johnson to equal 10 yards. Shanklin, right sideline.
Pass complete to Gomiller.
And that is a catch to Gomiller.
At the 44.
Gomiller stepping out of bounds at the 44. He'll gain 6. Well,
Really
you
good
said
job
keep
there.
it simple.
Hitch route to the boundary. That's the way to keep it simple right there. Go Miller is one of your better players on the offensive side of the ball. I think right there, zone coverage, going to give me an easy access hitch, especially to the boundary. Going to take it all day long. I actually think Shanklin could have been a little bit better with his timing. I think he saw a ghost under flat defender, but the result stayed the same.
What a hit there. As that is a big hit by a big young man. As that is Forstall on the tackle. Is that Forstall or a 4-story building that just fell into the running back, Amir Tillman?
Unbelievable. Just a collision in the backfield.
I know if I had him running at me, I'd run the other way. That was a heck of a hit, and I don't even think he got him at full force.
No doubt. It was a glancing blow at that.
Shanklin, good throw in the flat near the numbers. That's a catch. That's a good catch. Jamori Weir, who had 5 receptions, 105 yards, a 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. He made the play. And that is the end of the third quarter. After 3, only 1 touchdown. It was a run back of the kickoff to begin the second half. And we'll have more in a moment here on Flow Sports.
Coach Mike D, what you thinking right now? Coach Mike D, what you thinking right now? But first, let me shout out Dr. Kareem Mateen for the donation and the mayor, Charles Powell, for the donation, man. Thank you, man. We appreciate y'all, man. All the donations, the money go back to Nosebleed Nation, to making our channel a good channel and a good place and the number one place for the Flyers Fan Club, and a good place for you to come watch football content on YouTube. Man, we appreciate anybody for a donation, even if it's 50 cents or if it's $1, man. We appreciate it, man. Even if you don't donate, we still love you because you're here watching views with us, and that means even more than the donation. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, bro. We appreciate y'all, bro. For real, for real. We ain't gonna even lie. Back to the game.
Give is to Chilton, down by McKinney. There's a loss of 1.
Fourth quarter action, 31-14 the score. Scott Coletti, Brandon Dowdy. Brandon down a little bit bigger than it was at halftime. What does East St. Louis need to do to get back and only having a quarter to do so?
Completions. Don't get greedy. Take care of the football and get completions. That's not a completion.
Incomplete, intended for LaRon Baker Jr.
LaRon Baker Jr. couldn't get it.
Tyson Helton used to tell me all the time, the ball has never been, in the history of football, the ball has never been completed out of bounds. So keep the ball inbounds, young quarterbacks. Find a way to drop it on your receiver's head. Give him a chance at it. Got to find a way to do that. If not, your completion percentage is going to go down and down, but got to find a way to keep it on the turf.
Well, it's been completed out of bounds. It just doesn't count.
Correct.
And loose ball. Is it marked a loose ball? IMG recovers it if it stands. I'm looking for stripes to signal, and there it is. The sack and the fumble. And a big play there, Brandon. Another turnover forced by the defense.
That's why I said completions. Got to stay ahead of the sticks. Right there on 3rd and 10 versus this talented defensive line versus an offensive line that's probably pretty tired at this point. If they can anticipate a pass coming, these defensive ends are going to tee off on your quarterback. Right there, there's just a prime example of that happening. Great job by IMG getting the turnover, but didn't love the call on 2nd down, turning that into 3rd and extra long. And I think you're just praying at that point you hit a big play to convert.
IMG Academy unofficially 18 carries, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns for Lakai Tompkins. 10:55 to go. The ball is at the 45 of East St. Louis. And Tompkins straight ahead this time. He'll get to the 40. And all he did following the blockers there is game 5.
You know, actually, that was one of his more impatient runs that I've seen of the day. So he just kind of got up on the heels of his tight end that was on the backside of that. If he would have just been a little bit more patient, he would have turned that 5-yard play into a 20-yarder.
And here he goes again, trying to run. And that time the defense got him. Look at the man in your picture. Nice play there by Omari Hogan, who came in with 29 tackles, 22 unassisted, 7 for loss and a sack. Loss of 2 on the play. Yeah, you're right. He looked impatient, but he'll make up for it with patience.
Exactly.
3rd and 8. And goes in motion. The tight end. Play action. Here's Wade. He's going to go over the middle, overthrows his man, incomplete. Eric McFarland, the intended receiver. Dakari Weaver, number 13. Raheem Floyd, number 7, on the coverage. We have an official down. Not sure what happened there. Don't see that often.
Yeah,
hopefully he's okay, Brandon.
Yeah, I hope so. Again, there you go, Scott. 3rd and 8. You know, a quarterback that hasn't seen many completions in this game. I just don't really understand why they're not throwing the ball to the perimeter, giving them some safe, confident building throws. Instead, they're just trying to throw the ball vertical much as they possibly can. I understand that they're talented on this IMG Academy offense, especially on the perimeter, but you know, you got to help your quarterback out by maybe schematically getting him into rhythm, and then taking those shots down the field as soon as his confidence gets going. Because right now, you can tell he doesn't have much confidence at all. I think that's the number one teller for successful quarterbacks, is if they're playing confident or not. Fortunately, their quarterback is not right now.
And this kid has thrown for almost 1,000 yards on the year, so it's not like he hasn't done anything all season. I'm going to say this as we watch the punt. Having seen this East St. Louis team, I'm going to credit the defense on the quarterback adjusting what he's doing, because they have a lot of good deep backs and safeties.
I agree, and I think they're giving them different looks on the back end, playing some man
and
coverage.
That's their game.
And that's their game. And this team for the past 3 or 4 years has been predicated on the defensive side of the ball, creating turnovers, being multiple with their coverages. And you're not talking about a kid that's just any other sophomore. He's, you know, the number one sophomore in the country, not just at his position, but in the country. Jaden Wade is. So if you can confuse a kid like that, but then again, on the opposite end of that, you know, he still is only a sophomore. He just probably got his license a couple weeks ago. You got to find a way. You got to find a way to get him in rhythm. You got to find a way to, you know, get him some easy completions. I just think the coaching staff can help the young kid out by getting him some easy throws to his playmakers on the outside.
Now, it's funny how you say that about the license. Probably not far from the truth. So East St. Louis now. Little pass over the middle, and that's a catch. That'll get to the 15. See who comes out of the pile, as that is number 1. So nice catch there by number 1, LaRon Baker.
Right there, Scott, there's a prime example. A little RPO, run pass option, not a perimeter screen as the pass option, but a stick route. All he's doing is reading one man. They're isolating one guy. That's the flat defender. If the flat defender moves a certain way, quarterback can react and replace him with the throw. I think for the IMG, they need to study this tape and say, hey, this is what we can do for our young quarterback too.
Reese Shanklin on the keeper, gets to the 20. Gains 5. Hasn't had success running much here today.
Not much urgency on this drive here.
No.
I'm surprised by that.
Shanklin lost the ball. And who has it? There's 3 blue shirts to 1 white shirt, and the white shirt won. Ronnie Gomiller ended up going for the ball and got it, luckily for his team, but another ball knocked loose by IMG.
Yeah, another RPO there. He just misread that one. That's a run give 100 out of 100 times. They buzzed his run reader to the flat that covered his RPO read. So really just kind of a double no on that one. Gotta know that the clock in your head is going to be running out. What can I do to don't make a bad play worse? Got lucky on that one.
Pass in the backfield, and that is not going to fool anybody, especially big number 9 there. Kasani Giles coming up with another big defensive play for IMG Academy.
Another RPO again. I think that's a run give as well, but two plays in a row. I think maybe you take off the pass option at this point. Just let them run, let them just hand the ball off. There, I didn't really love the bubble. Got way too much depth in the backfield. That actually was a lateral. It wasn't even a completion. It's going to go down in the record book as a run.
Here is going to be a big pass downfield, overthrowing his man, incomplete. Tried to get it downfield to LaRon Baker. A lot of air under it, but unfortunately for him, ended up with air.
Yeah, I think Baker just misjudged this throw here. I didn't think it was a bad throw, one-on-one. Thought he gave him a chance. For some reason, Baker turned around right there. He didn't think he needed to. But again, 3rd and 17. That's a tough way to be effective on the offensive side of the ball, converting at a high level on 3rd down. I think it's impossible if you're in 3rd and 10 plus as much as they've been in this game.
Lining up the punt in their own end zone. See what the call is. Still waiting to see what the call is. Well, there's a flag. Any idea what the flag might be about, Brandon?
Absolutely no idea. Maybe it's a legal substitution. Wow.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it looked like. He signaled. Wow.
So now a little deeper back in the end zone. Shanklin lining up the punt. It's a punt away, hits the 40, gets East St. Louis bounce inside the 40. It'll be finally down at the 33. So with the wind at his back, you see the punts a lot better.
You're not kidding. That's a Pat McAfee approved punt right there. That thing was a bomb. 70-yard punt. Wow.
Well, I mean, he had the wind at his back. In the first half, he was struggling to get a 30 yards.
Wow. That just is an
how stiff
indicator
the wind is.
how stiff the wind is, no doubt.
Would you appreciate your cooperation in helping?
It's like a wind-aided 390-yard drive in golf. Or something like that. You look at that shot right there. What a beautiful facility, and all of the facilities at IMG Academy, just top of the line.
They are top of the line. I really think, you're seeing a trend with these academy schools having the influx of money to recruit these kids from all over the place. I mean, you look at the roster for IMG, California, Georgia, New York, New Jersey, kids from all Indiana, from all over the place coming together to play and live on campus to play in these academy sports. An amazing different change that's happening in the high school realm, but it's also turning into transfer portal and NIL world that we live in. It's just easier to kind of recruit these kids to go play for these academy schools and play for a national title every single year. So I think it's a cool trend that we have in high school sports right now.
First and 10 at the 33. Keeper by the quarterback, Wade. He fooled everybody, and he's going to get the benefits as he will score on a long touchdown. IMG Academy.
Quarterback not confident in throwing the ball. What do? Just run it with him. Just a simple bootleg action to the backside. Fooled everybody for East St. Louis. A huge run by your quarterback. That's just a plus.
Now, one of the things, Brandon, we were talking about off the air, IMG with 2 games coming up. They close the season against St. Francis Academy. They will be facing a team next week that last week was beaten by St. Francis Academy. You saw them last night, and that is Hun.
Yeah, Hun was.
And they go on the road for that game.
They go on the road to go to Princeton to try to play a team from New Jersey. We got to watch them last night. So impressed by how well coached they were. They were physical. Running back Diamond, he was like a physical specimen. Waffle, their defensive end, he was incredibly gifted player. I think they're going to match up from an eye test standpoint against this IMG Academy team. I think IMG's weakness on defense is they can give up the big plays. You can see in situations, I think they get too confident in them being as talented as they are, that they give up these big plays down the field. And if you give Lucas Brock and his playmakers big plays and a coaching staff that designs plays better than I've ever seen in the high school realm, that could be an interesting one next week. I'll be tuned in.
To hear you say that, that's very interesting because you've seen a lot in this football game.
Absolutely. And that's a credit, especially a team with 40 Division I athletes. I was just so impressed with how well coached that Hun Academy team was last night, Hun School team was last night. Really, just from top down, just knew exactly what their responsibilities were on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. Just unbelievable team.
Oh my goodness. What a hit by Liufau Lamuli. Another runaway bus. When these guys hit, they hit, Brandon. But, one of the things you said yesterday, I guess Hun had 40 players.
Well, IMG's got 40 Division I players.
Division I player. I was going to say they have 40 Division I players.
Yeah.
How many players did Hun have on their roster?
They had about 60.
You remember?
65. Yeah, 65 players on their team.
Kind of normal. Okay.
Yep. And but they were just well coached. I mean, it's going to be one of those games. I think IMG's got to come in there and play, I think, a little bit better than they played in this game. I think they're going to have to throw the ball down the field. I mean, physicality standpoint, I think Hun's going to match up with them pretty well. And like I said, Lucas Brock is one of the best passers I've seen in the country. They're going to have a little wrinkles for this IMG defense for sure.
This defense just winding up hits right now, Brandon. Kasani Giles with another one, as that was Amir Tillman on the run.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like this defense has gotten better and better as the game has progressed.
I agree. I don't think it's you. They have. They've got more aggressive. How's that sound?
They have. They've gotten more aggressive. I think they've simplified the game plan, but they just seem like they're moving a little bit faster, and I think that's a credit to them being on a national scale and just being in shape, being in South Florida, dealing with this heat.
Johnson, a little less room they're pursuing a lot better also, and that's the impressive thing. Is that tackle was by Alex Ward. Getting to see him at his normal position. We saw him on the offensive side for the first time this season, I believe. Penalty going against East St. Louis, a holding penalty negating the play.
You know, Scott,
Will be put on the 25.
Another thing I was thinking about, maybe it's a fact of like this IMG staff, a credit to them, because I think what they did in the first, I know they had the pick six. I understand that. That made it maybe kind of deflated the numbers a little bit. But I think they were just getting a feel out for what the offense was trying to accomplish. And then they echo it, come to the sideline and say, hey, this is what they're going to do to us. And they made those adjustments, and now they're just teeing off. I mean, it seems like East St. Louis cannot do anything on offense anymore.
Shanklin is hit. 2 players got him. Last man in was Chuck Roberts. First time we're calling his name, 5'11", 174 junior, who came in with 27 tackles, 2 for loss, 1 sack and a fumble recovery. And we have a man down. So timeout here. Injury timeout. 4:28 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 38-14. Number 4 IMG over number 35 East St. Louis in the country on Flow Football.
With Google Workspace, you can send, sign, and manage your contracts with just a few taps. Quickly request signatures, see pending statuses, and view completed contracts even when you're on the go. That's contract management made easy with Google Workspace.
Leo's working hard, growing. Pampers is working hard, keeping him dry. Only Pampers Swaddlers has a Keep Dry liner to keep him comfortably dry. Pampers, behind every baby.
Coach Mike D, what you thinking, man? I'm thinking, man, let's go ahead and boot up, get ready for this playoff run. We good. We good.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the big thing. I mean, the team is going against IMG Academy. IMG Academy is not an easy team to play. Like somebody said in the comments, they said that a lot of people don't want to play them. A lot of people, and it's true. A lot of people don't want to play us either. They don't want to play us or IMG.
So we got to play each other.
Got to play each other. I agree with that. And these are good games for the kids because they get a chance to go up against competition that's talented and see where they stand and what they need to work on. It's not always a bad thing. I don't know what the roster east side looks like, if they majority sophomores, majority juniors, what that looks like, but it's going to help them because they know what they need to work on and, stuff like that. Other than that, this game was lost in the trenches and won in the trenches by another team. So that's what I saw, But hats off also to the DBs, the secondary. The secondary played a good game. They bottled up them wide receivers they got because them wide receivers are all world. They bottled them up. They didn't do anything. So
yeah, that's a fact. Back to the game.
They've done a good job of keying on Myson Johnson as of late, Brandon.
Yeah, they have. This run game has really kind of had a stalemate, I think.
Shout out to Real Reed for the donation, man. Thank you. We appreciate that donation. Shout out to the Real Reed.
Allow them to be a little bit more creative in their front seven, bringing some blitzes, some pressures. But I love the adjustments by AMG here in the second half.
Shanklin going to go deep towards the end zone, trying to one-handed grab. It's incomplete.
He threw a pretty deep ball, bro. Receivers got to run a little harder. He threw a pretty good deep ball, bro. The deep ball.
That was a pretty ball.
All of them have been pretty, bro.
Yeah, that was a pretty ball.
The receivers, I feel like the receivers have missed on a couple opportunities. to make big
I agree.
plays. Not saying
I
that they
agree.
missed any open plays, but just opportunities to make big plays.
Touchdowns and turnovers that resulted in the subsequent touchdowns, but IMG at the same time has controlled a lot of this game.
They have, but I think East St. Louis has really moved the
Shut
ball
up, Miss
pretty
Green.
well. I mean, I was not expecting them to move it at will as they have.
You weren't.
But here they are. They've moved the ball, and it seems like this game is, like you said, a lot closer than it actually is.
Pretty good run by Shanklin. 2:32 counting down. We're in the fourth quarter. So as IMG goes, they have 2 more games, as we mentioned, at Hun next week on the road and against St. Francis Academy, which will be a tough one. That's a yearly tradition. Both those teams do a great job just knocking each other over the head.
Just playing, girl. Ooh, you all in your feelings, y'all. Miss Green in her feelings. She must be new to the chat. She must be new to the streams. Girl, we just playing. Go on somewhere.
They come in number 4 in the country, which for the most part, they've been at number 4 pretty much the entire year.
They have. They've gotten their job done. Undefeated on the year. Really done a good job. Getting better as the year has gone by. I think they struggled a little bit early, especially with the communication. That's going to happen with a sophomore quarterback, especially communicating to those other 10 players. But as the year has gone by, I think they've just gotten a little bit better, 1% better each game. And I think it's going to lead to success. I think they have a chance. I think if that Hun game is not a trap game for them, I know from a ranking standpoint, I think Hun is in the, I think it's 131 in the country. Seeing it on paper, it seems like they should handle that football team. But after watching him late last night, I think that game's going to be closer than the experts think. I think Hun matches up against IMG pretty well.
Hey, bro, and they be getting cooked on TikTok for all those TikToks they be making. Hey, bro, the
I heard
people in the
about that.
comment section be cooking them, bro. They do need to stay off TikTok, bro. We got one of the most TikToking teams in the nation, bro.
Academy game in a couple of weeks. We'll be at home. That'll be on November the 7th. St. Francis Academy's only loss on the road in a wild game that was very winnable against St. John Bosco, 21-14. They lost. I watched that game, and that was very close. Here's Shanklin. He's going to run it. And he'll get to about the 40 before getting knocked down by guess who? Number 9, Kasani Giles. He's putting out the finger saying, not on my watch. So they
Giles
stop him on 4th down.
Giles has been incredible in this game, all over the field. Left side, right side, he's the nickel back, so he does a good job of being the adjuster, disguising coverages. Really the leader on this field, but he has played an unbelievable role here in this game. You could tell he's going to be motivated to play at the next level and play at a high level.
So Jaden Wade coming out. Also out there, Lakai Thompson. What do you think, Brandon? Victory formation?
Should be the greatest play in football.
Well, they got the starters out. That's why I asked. I don't think they're trying to run up anything. But if you're doing the victory formation, I'd imagine as a quarterback, the starter wants to be out there. Minute 53 to go. Well played game by both teams, but IMG showing why they're undefeated. Just a straight give up the middle to Tompkins. Not quite a dive play, but got a loss of a helmet there, and you don't want anything to happen here. Unofficial numbers, Lakai Thompson, 220 yards on 21 attempts, 2 touchdowns. Quarterback 9 of 13. or 2 of 9 for 13, excuse me, but came in with almost 1,000, and Tompkins gains about 5 there, just keeping the clock moving. Keeping his team moving as well, just keeping it going forward. Shanklin unofficially, 15 of 25 for 219 yards, a touchdown and an interception. 5 receptions, 131 yards and a touchdown for Cortez Rupert. 19 carries, unofficially 105 yards and a touchdown for Myson Johnson. So all the big timers on both teams getting their numbers. Tompkins gets to midfield, 26 seconds. Oh, had a throwdown right there. So down to 12 seconds, and that's going to be the last play of the game. IMG Academy is celebrating here as the final score will be 38-14 in favor of IMG Academy, the number 4 team according to Max Preps in the country, over number 35 East St. Louis. East St. Louis now falling to 5-3. IMG Academy 8-0, 2 more games left, trying to go to 10-0 again. That's always their goals. You see the handshakes. Final thoughts, Brandon Dowdy?
I thought it was a great. Well, I don't think the scoreboard really indicated what I felt like how the flow of the game was. I think East St. Louis played a really good game. They had a good game plan going into the game. I thought they executed at a high level. I thought their defense played well enough for them to stay in this game. Just thought that the turnovers were just too much. The talent on IMG just seemed to get better and better as this game went on. But I really do think East St. Louis, not Missouri, out of Illinois, has a chance to win their second consecutive Illinois championship, state championship. And on IMG side, they should win a national title. I mean, they have 40 Division I players. There's no excuses for them. If they execute and do the small things, they should be the number 1 team.
Yeah. Hey, thank you all, man. Look, shout out to everybody that donated. Hey, shout out to the chat, bro. Yeah, keep the streams lit. The chat is the life of the streams. Hey, bro, we appreciate that, man. Shout out to them Flyers, Coach Mike D. This is the Flyers post-game show. Again, thank you for everybody that joined our chat, bro. We can't thank y'all enough, man. It be meaning a whole lot to us, bro. The Flyers watch party. We have the latest watch party in the city. Now, look, my post-game thoughts. We good. We finna run it back to back. I ain't even worried about this loss. I ain't worried about the Gorman loss. I ain't worried about the Bergen loss. If anything, it gives us good positioning in the playoffs when the brackets come out tomorrow afternoon. If anything, that's what it do, right? We finna run through state, bro, and we gonna have a party. That's what we gonna do. We gonna have a party every week for the next 4 weeks. We gonna run through state. We are good, bro. IMG is a special type of school. But I will say this, Coach Mike. So, like, that national team, right? They don't play in playoffs, and they don't have a state title to win. And that's what makes it hard for them to be able to win a national championship every year. That's what makes it hard for them to be able to be elevated to 1 or 2. And it seems like they always stop at 3 and 4 every year. That's what keeps them from winning the state title. The state team is not as good as the national team. So, like I say, we played against a national team. Bro, they got players from London. Just last week before they played the Flyers, they was in London playing. They got players from London. They went to London. They played NFL Academy last week, right?
Wow.
They beat them. They beat NFL Academy, bro. That's literally a school that the NFL built. So we good, y'all. Flyer Nation, we good. I can't say it more than enough. Coach Mike D, what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, on the game, you know, it started off like it started off. I feel like they should have established something. If anybody know football on any level, you got to establish something. They try to throw a little bit too much early. I think they should have ran more because that would they started having success with that.
Hold on,
Uh,
Coach Mike.
yeah,
Cause it's troll time. Hey, Matt, Illy, whatever your name is, you booty. Get the hell out of here.
well,
All
I
right,
see
go
him.
Coach Mike
Okay.
D.
Oh yeah, it's like they try to throw it a little bit too early. But in a game like this, you playing a team like IMG. You have to use everything in your tool shed. I feel like even the read option, doing stuff with the quarterback is running. You got to make the defense think about everything. A defense that's as disciplined as this one, you got to be able to keep them off balance. There's some things were working, some things weren't. But then also too, you can't turn the ball over. You throw a pick six, then you get a fumble on the 5 yard line. Against a team like this, you can't have those lapses. That hurt them. Then in the second half, they get a turnover, what they needed, and then they turn right around. And I did not like the play calling. The play calling was not conducive to score. It was like they were just trying to get close enough to the field to the goal line. And they need to find a way against a team like this. Run the quarterback, do everything you can to keep them off balance. I just think they didn't do enough of that. But my observation so far with this game was just, they won in the trenches. The defensive line won the game for IMG and the offensive line. And you know, but again, like you said earlier, this is a unique type of school, y'all. This is not an ordinary school that you run to. Not even the Catholic schools that recruit got players like this. So they are unique circumstance. So the Flyers did, in my opinion, what they did today, they did as best they could against the talent that was in front of them. And when it comes to the state championship playoffs going to start, we all know what's going to happen. Teams gonna took their tail between their legs. They know what's coming. The Flyers are coming. So there it is.
Yeah, New West Coast. My bad, New West Coast. They say the game wasn't in the UK. It was actually at IMG. So I apologize. That's a correction. Coach K,
Oh,
what up,
God,
Coach K? Talk to us. What you think about the game,
Coach K.
He muted. So anyway, until Coach K come back from mute. Look, dog. Hey, it was a great game, man, and we appreciate all of y'all, man. So we're gonna go through the comments. We're gonna read some of the comments, and then we're gonna talk about the comments to end the day. When Coach K ready, he gonna let us know. Let us know he ready to let us know. Let's go. So we got Roy Montgomery. He said you got a scheme to get your best players in the best position with the ball. That's what make you the best, have the best chance to win. I agree. You definitely have
100%.
I definitely agree.
100%.
I definitely
100%.
agree with that. And
I'm
I
talking
think
for a guy
that,
who played quarterback.
yeah, and I think that won't be a problem in the playoffs, bro. I don't think that's going to be a problem in the playoffs. I think this game was kind of like our tester. All right, this that boot up game. We're going to see what we got for the playoffs. We're going to get out of here healthy. World according to Geach say he want to know what the Cash App is, so we're going to roll that at the bottom of the screen right quick for the donations. We appreciate y'all. Coach K, you ready? You muted.
I think you muted. There you
There
go.
you go.
We
We
can't hear him.
Coach K. Let's see. Did O'Fallon coach get fired for having 2 freshmen out of district? And O'Fallon got to play Eastside every year. Shit's crazy. Nah, O'Fallon coach got fired for some others. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about it. You want to talk about it? Hit me up. I'll tell you yeah. I ain't gonna say it on YouTube though. I tell you the real
No.
I can't
This
tell
ain't
you.
the place for it.
I'm saying hit me on Instagram or Facebook. I got you, relaxation station. Carson, California. Eric Whitefield. Okay. Let me see. Well, any other comments? What we got? They say,
I think they also too, man, in the game too, they should have played Coleman more. I don't know why Coleman, the running back, is not getting more touches. I think didn't we talk about that when they played the team in Las Vegas? I said that Coleman needs to run the ball more. And he just looks like a legit. I mean, the way he runs the ball is just my eyes tell me everything, and I'm just shocked that he didn't get a chance to run the ball today. That's much more he did.
Yeah. Dwayne Sargent say we are proud of the Flyers. We got the funk to being Orange Crush movement continues. Peace. JP say that triple
Already.
option is a problem when you got players to run it. Yeah, hey,
Oh yeah.
we could we can definitely expand our playbook, bro. But the players gotta receive the coaching. That's what I can say about that. The players will have to receive the coaching, bro, and be open to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ram Al Shebel, O'Fallon coach got fired because he was illegally recruiting players, and this is what should happen to Eastside. Listen, picklehead, Eastside ain't
minute.
got to recruit.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Schools mamas
minute.
filling out job applications because they want their kids to come to Eastside. Eastside ain't got to
Wow.
recruit. Hey, and also I'm gonna just say this: maybe O'Fallon should do a better job at recruiting the kids that they got in their own backyard. Let's keep it real.
Mm,
The coaching
there
is
it is.
horrible in O'Fallon, bro. I've been to 3
There it
O'Fallon
is.
games this year. The coaching is horrible, bro. They got all
Mm,
that talent and they can't win. The coach is horrible. The players are soft. I'm sorry. They not that
mm.
soft, but the football players, bro, they ain't got that dog in them. If you want to talk O'Fallon, bro, they ain't got no dog in them. And I love O'Fallon. I'm a Panther for life, bro. But they ain't got no dogs in them. Just like I'm a Flyer for life. Hey, Panthers my B team. But the coaching is horrible, and the players ain't got no dog.
He said it.
Man, he done made me go off talking about O'Fallon and the Flyers illegally recruit. Coach K, you ready? Test Coach K, Mike. Man, we still can't hear you. Might have to take them phones off. But yeah, man. Only thing good about O'Fallon is I ain't gonna lie, girls basketball in O'Fallon is lit, bro. Girls basketball
Yeah.
in O'Fallon is lit, and they be putting that knuckle to our head in the Flyers, bro. They be whooping us in girls basketball, bro. And they gonna
D.
continue to whoop
Johnson.
us in girls basketball. I can promise you that.
Mm-hmm. Say only thing good to band, huh?
Man, listen, bro. All that money in Edwardsville. Come on, Edwardsville taking players from Madison. They taking players from Alton. Come on, bro. Stop
You
playing,
know they
man.
are. You know they
We
are.
ain't don't even
You
go
know they
there.
are.
And they still can't
Yeah.
win, bro. What
You
that
know they
say?
are.
What that say?
Yeah. Yeah. You know
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
You
And they
know.
still can't win.
Appreciate you,
Edwardsville, the
Coach
main
Doc.
reason
Appreciate
Alton
you.
suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
They one of the
Yeah.
main reasons Alton suck. But they still can't
Yeah.
win. We gonna keep it funky. We gonna keep it all the way funky, bro. This
Yeah.
is America. This the age of the NIL, bro. Kids are gonna
Yeah.
go to schools that's gonna get them in college, and those schools
Yeah.
don't have to recruit.
That's
Now
right.
you got
That's right.
schools like IMG. They could put a little shit, make life real good for you to come. You get what I'm
That's right.
saying? But
That's right.
sometimes kids will take less to get more in the long run, bro.
That's
Straight
right.
up.
That's right.
Straight up. I don't know what's up with Coach K. Mike, y'all. We definitely
That's a
got to hear
fact.
from Coach Mike. It was working earlier. We gonna kick him out and send him back in. He's still here though. He loves us though. We gonna kick him out. We gonna bring him back in. You know what I'm saying?
That might be what it is.
But Coach K gonna drop a video later, y'all, to tell y'all where he been. He got a special video for y'all. Let's see more chat. Let's see if the chat we got more. Anybody else got anything to say before we let y'all get up out of here, man?
Mhm.
I gotta take my little girl to the
No,
trunk or treat.
no, it's all good, man. No, other than that, man, the boys have had a good season, man. And y'all need to understand the schedule. They played a lot of literally top five teams in the nation. Those three losses. So those three losses they got against literally the creme de la creme. I mean, that's you don't get upset about that. It's like Georgia losing to Alabama and losing to Ohio State. If you lose to them, you don't trip off of that. But then when they play the competition, when they play other people, they run through them. So it's okay. It's a competition, but they'll be fine. I wonder what people are going to say when they stand on the podium at the end of the year with the state championship. That's what I want to hear what people are going to say then. You know,
Nothing. Hey, that's a fact.
nothing.
Irene Williams say we good. Kevin Anderson say they bleed that orange and blue. It's something about that orange and blue. Hey, y'all, look, we out, man. Look,
What up, Kev?
from the bottom of our heart, bro. Shout out to our number one chat member, Jay Peace. Shout out to 10K is our number 2 chat member. Shout out to everybody that donated. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button, everybody in the comments, and everybody that has subscribed. Man, we really appreciate y'all. Y'all already know we gonna see y'all next week for Fly Nation. In between now and next week, y'all go on over here, check out some more videos on football content. We talk college football, we talk NFL football. Also, if you want to talk hip-hop news and crazy stories about things going on in the world, go over to my other channel, C's World Reacts. We be over there partying, we be talking a little noise about all the stuff. It's like a little troll channel, but we be kicking it over there. If you want to go over there, go over there. But hey, we appreciate y'all. Fly Nation, we love y'all. Hey, and it's Nosebleed Nation. Don't forget, Nosebleed Nation football. Coach Mike D, what you got?
Hey man, I want to say much love to everybody. Again, a lot of hard work and effort goes into this. And like I said, the only thing we ask for is a like. Hit a like, and if you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everybody coming in, all the students of East St. Louis Senior High School, all the residents of East St. Louis, all my friends and teammates in here, and everybody that I know, and the people that I don't know. Please appreciate you. We love you. And man, y'all have a great weekend.
Hey, the world according to Geeks, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. Coach K gonna be right back, but you can definitely join, man. We always looking for other people to bring into the chat because this is a Flyers watch party. This ain't no show, bro. This a party. So if you want to join the chat, all you got to do is hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, I'm Big 618Cs. You see the name on screen. Hit me up on there, bro. Hey, and we good. On Facebook, I'm the struggling YouTuber, bro, because I be struggling, but I be YouTubing. I got 9 channels. Hey, we love y'all. Fly Nation. We out.